Yeah.
That's all I have. I need a phone stand to read what I got. I'll use this.
Oh, here you go. I got one I'm not using.
No, thank you.
Okay. Just waiting for this thing to show up on my phone here. Is live.
Is it going to be a long one? Well, I'm not.
There we go. It's live. Perfect. Oh, no, I was checking to make sure it was live on the YouTube app. I always do that before we actually start. Let's hear if it sounds like anything.
That's all I have. I need a phone stand to read what I got. I'll use this.
Okay, there we go. Perfect. We have sound. I have to play some music. And then we get started.
Yep.
Live from Don't Have a Studio, my name is Joel Henderson. With me, as always, my lovely wife, Michelle. Say hello, Michelle.
Hello, Michelle.
Okay, and we are brought to you by Don't Have a. So, anyways, we're here to talk about Severance, Season 2, Episode 9, The After Hours. Thoughts as a whole?
It was a good show. Good episode. Yeah.
You liked it?
Yes.
Okay. It was nice to be back in the Lumen world a little bit more. You know, like with the last one being completely outside of it with the Cobell episode. It was nice to get a little bit of that back. The previously on Severance was by Irving this time.
Oh, okay.
The previously on Severance was by Irving. They mentioned the Demona birthing retreat, so I had a feeling, like a little inkling, that they were going to end up going back there. You noticed who was swimming. I had no idea.
Oh, I don't know who it was. I just guessed.
You guessed.
Oh, do you know who it is now, though, from watching it?
Right, I was just prompting you to say who it was.
That's what I thought.
Oh, you thought it was Gemma. Okay, yeah.
Initially, I thought it was Gemma, but it ended up not being her.
Oh, I thought you had picked Helena. I didn't realize. Yeah, I thought you did, but maybe not.
I think maybe I first thought it, and then I wrote Gemma swimming, but I never changed it back.
Oh, okay, because we were trying to figure out where it was, because that was like a new setting we hadn't seen before. And then that was that really weird square house of Helena and her dad. I did not think they lived together.
I just thought they obviously, when they went to their whatever camp retreat outside, they clearly just went there outside. I don't know how that happens. You kept thinking, is this a place inside?
Right.
You see the surroundings where they're at.
Yeah.
So that was my first thought. Their camp retreat was clearly outside, probably in the backyard of their office building.
Right, between the two houses or something.
Right.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, they sit down for breakfast, and the dad was just cold.
He just said, I'm just going to watch you.
Right, that's a weird thing to say about breakfast.
And they talked about it being a momentous day, or the dad did.
Yeah.
What were they... What?
Because they're expecting Cold Harbor to be finished.
Oh, that's why?
Yeah. So it's like, this is the last piece of the whatever is going to happen with Gemma puzzle. Mm-hmm. It feels like everybody keeps talking like she's going to be killed at the end of this, but why does that make any sense?
I'll talk about that when it gets to that part.
Okay, fair enough. Let me go back, just make sure there's no comments brewing in this bad boy here. Jesse says hi. Pablo says hi. I hope I said that right. I always forget because it says Cosme on here. Both of them are in here.
Hello.
Jamie Egan was creepy as shit in this episode. Yeah, I agree. Very weird. And very withholding for Helena. It feels like she's always had to have that lack of familial connection there. Cosme said yes. Oh, damn it, Pablo. Pablo said yes. It's so confusing. Anyways. Yeah, they severed an egg into 6 pieces. did we see how many? Is Gemma different in each room she went into? That's what it felt like, right?
Talking about Gemma now, not Helena.
Correct. I'm saying, like, because it felt like an analogy for, like, severing somebody more than once. Because
It's a different character each time. I don't know.
Yeah, because at first when it showed this egg being split, it split it in half. And then when it ended up on Helena's plate, it was split into 6 pieces. Cosme Fulanito has YouTube Premium and Pablo Vasquez has not. He's saying that's why the name is wrong, because somebody else named Cosme has YouTube Premium and he's using this to comment. He's using their account. So it's Pablo. Cosme could be my innie, he said.
I'm so confused. So he stole someone's account?
He's just using somebody else's account.
Wait, how?
For YouTube Premium how? Michelle needs to know now how this is occurring. Let's see. But yeah, what I was saying is they showed the egg split in half once, which is like Severance. But then it like revealed itself to be more like Severance with the Gemma realization where she's severed into multiple things. But Cold Harbor is supposedly the end of her cycle. Do they really just let her out at the end? Is this Dollhouse? Is there a certain amount of years she signed up to, unbeknownst to Mark, that at the end she's going to be released back out into the world? But as some version of her, who knows? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't know. Let's see. He didn't seem to like his drink at breakfast. You would think at that age and with that position of power, you would be able to make sure that you have a beverage you approve of.
He didn't. How do you know he didn't like it?
He was like scoffing at it, like frowning at his beverage after he took a drink of it. And it's like, but you didn't know that's what you were getting for the day, Mr. Egan?
Okay.
I thought you had a favorite breakfast situation, and that's why he brought up
I don't think he thought that.
I wish you'd take them raw.
Okay, yeah.
About her eggs, because his favorite breakfast was 2 raw eggs and something. I can't remember the rest of it. That stood out for me. The silverware looked very old and almost like Egyptian, but I'm probably wrong. You know what I mean? It just kind of like had that like, it was like
I didn't
teal.
any of those details, Joel.
No, sorry. Okay, fair enough. If anybody in the chat did, it was just like, it looked old, like super old. I'm not coming up with any other words but old, but you know what I mean.
Okay, moving on.
The weird square house in a very Lumen-looking way, almost like the entrance to Lumen, and then we pull back and reveal the water tower behind Lumen and see that it's literally in their front yard. So they just built their company right in their front yard. It's kind of weird. Go on, anything?
No, you said it all for me.
Okay. We'll pick up there. We go to the Miss Huang thing. Talk us through a little bit.
Hold on. You can start. I gotta go back to notes. I had good stuff, but it's...
We'll talk about it now.
We're gonna go to Eustace Wong now.
Okay. That works too.
Hold on. I need a minute.
Oh, Jesse said raw eggs and milk, I think. Gross. I think that was his favorite breakfast.
Okay. What, you waiting on me?
Yeah.
Oh, I said give me a minute to
I
go.
did. I am. I'm giving you the minute.
Oh, you can fill it. Hold on. Go ahead, Joel.
No, we can go back. Let's see.
Because I had notes on saying, like, this is the newest town. Because the last episode, when Cobell, Salve, whatever, went to that town, it was clearly where it first started.
Salt something. I feel like it was Salt Neck or something like that.
Yes. But, yeah, anyways, yeah.
When she went there, that they kind of ruined that town, so you're thinking this is the next iteration of that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. It's interesting because obviously the method of production has changed in this version, where they're now in like the office building rather than the factory. So you wonder if it's if it's still the same end result where they end up ruining the town, but doing it a different way, where they've like improved their level of, I don't know if it's security or discreetness by hiding their business practices. It has to be massive underneath that building, and people can't know about it. There's just no way. Let's see, where are we at here?
We're at when Milchek calls in Eustace, Eustice.
Yeah, Eustace?
Yeah, it's got to be. It's not gonna
Can't be like Eastus. Yeah, Eustace Hang Huang. I deleted the U in the second word.
That's okay. I had
Eustace
Wang.
Hang.
And I said Wang, but I obviously know it's Huang, so.
Well, but that's what I'm saying about this show. It's the most auto-correctable. Every name in here. Milchek? Try typing Milchek quickly and just moving on.
I just go with it's. We'll see. I'm going to start counting how many times it's wrong or right. I usually just end up talking into my phone and puts milkshake because it's the easiest to do.
Okay, fair enough.
I've been doing milk.
But, I mean, Harmony Cobell, like all the names, Mark Scott, well, that one's okay.
But yeah, this is when he.
Helly's jelly every time.
That's weird.
Every time I type Helly and try to just move on.
This is where Milchek says that. No, he first unveils this Egan head.
Right.
For some reason, I was like, I thought they were gifting her something. I was like, that doesn't even look like Miss Swan.
I thought
I realized it was a.
I thought she had a bag over her head, and they were pulling it off at first.
It's like, yes,
I
agree. He was saying how that this episode was showing how I can't just talk without, like, I was going to read it word for word, and then I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk what I thought about it, but it obviously did not work.
We could do both.
Go back to I can't. Today marks the end of her fellowship. So at first I thought, oh, she completed something, she's finished, but she was like, I thought I was gonna finish out. No, he talks about she's gonna get, her bed will be moved from her parents' house to Gunnell Egan Empathy Center in Svalbard.
Yeah. That sounds like Switzerland or something, right?
S-V-A, Svalbard.
Yeah, but that sounds like Switzerland, sort of a place.
Go to Swiss?
Is it Canada? I don't know.
No. Anyways, so saying that she's going to be moved, and I was like, oh, like maybe she's going to the next level of college. But then she said, I thought I was going to finish out here. So it's like she's being not let go, but they're
Passed
sending
along,
her
yeah.
somewhere else to finish up. They don't want her to finish there.
But the Wintertide Fellowship was completed. Wasn't that what he was saying? Or just that she's done with it there? Is he kicking her out of the Wintertide Fellowship?
That's what I understood as she completed her thing, but then she's obviously getting moved elsewhere. She said, I thought I would finish it out here.
Or she thought she'd be there for a few more months,
Like
at
after
least.
It was, like,
maybe
the next quarter.
Well, but yeah, she thought she'd be finishing the quarter, so maybe he's graduating her early to get rid of her as a punishment, or or to get.
So she would come back with her little things, and now he's like.
She was snappy with her comebacks to him. Yeah. It said the year of vision at the bottom of it, which I thought was interesting for a trophy. Like, it didn't say what year it was; it just said year of vision. What do you got over there?
I feel like everyone later on in the episode just has. It's too.
Put it in front of your face. There you go. That's how you have to get that thing to focus. You have to block your face.
Wait, how do I show it in the jar? Oh, I keep rotating it.
Yeah, there you go. That's as good as you can get.
It's a.
Now that would be the screenshot. That would be the thumbnail. We'll even go the crop one so you can see it even closer there.
What?
You have to block your face. I told you. Otherwise, it locks on your face. Boom.
Oh, shoot. I'm upside down.
This is not at all interesting for anybody just listening to this.
Wait.
But we're playing with technology here. Michelle's
this is
showing
when,
that
like,
she doesn't
reverse
have any to
mirrorage
give
is
here.
difficult for me. Wait, which way do I show?
Block your face. Block your face.
But
and
I'm
then
trying
it will
to
focus
see.
on the thing.
Wait, this is so hard. Okay, rotate, Michelle.
In case you thought this was going to be like a Severance podcast where we reveal all the secret details. No, this is what we're doing.
Jar.
Babe, you're not blocking your face.
I have a big face, okay?
That's not what I was saying. I was just saying you're not blocking it because it's still grabbing onto your face and the thing's out of focus.
Oh gosh, this is so...
Unbelievable.
Oh.
You're not blocking your whole face. It can tell your head is behind your hand. No, put your hand up closer. Your hand out.
Confused.
Your hand out towards the lens.
My hand is out towards the lens. Oh,
No,
this hand.
Yeah, block your face. Now it's blocking
Oh
your
my
hand.
gosh.
Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh. I had
ridiculous.
no clue. My hand looks warped or something.
But that's how you have to get the focus off of your face is by blocking your face with...
But look at it's in the little jar.
Yes, it's in the...
I thought I would take a screenshot, but anyways.
Oh, I'll take a screenshot from it for sure.
Oh, I thought you were gonna take the picture now. I'm sorry.
I don't
was
have to.
confused.
I can take it at any point.
Okay. Anyway.
Jesse said this is the quality content I signed up for. LOL.
Oh gosh. So this new place, she's gonna finish out her global, she's gonna steward global work.
Oh, he sent her to
Something.
Geek.
What?
He sent her to Geek. GEEC.
What? I don't have
Geek.
anything saying GE.
Gunnell Egan Empathy Center. I just acronymed it. He geeked. He sent her to a geek.
Maybe like geek.
Geek.
This is a C. I don't know if it's a K. I don't know. Anyways. This is where she will work to steward global reform. Global? So on a different level? Because this is just, they're in the Lumen town. Well, I guess Lumen, having a whole town of Lumen is huge.
Right.
So globally, like the entire world.
It seems like this is one of those kind of like secret society situations,
Why did it
but
freeze
it's
on
still.
my face?
What do you mean? It's not frozen on your face. Well, I mean, maybe on that screen.
Dang it. What did you do?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to fix it for you. Is it still
was-
frozen or is it
It's
fixed?
back, but it was ridiculous, and I wanted to show you.
Well, we can always go back to the episode and watch that part.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I have in here. It's like they pick the most auto-correctable names. It's ridiculous. Anytime I type any name, it's wrong. They were talking about what? Go on.
Oh, we're just getting to the little game she has to pull out. And I was like, it's the game that was in her drawer in the very first episode when I was like, ooh, she had paper clips, she had some pens lined up, erasers, and she had this little game, and it was a little water game.
The hoop toss. Yeah.
Yes. And so that's what she pulled out. And I noticed it's like an Egan figure. It looks like Where's Waldo in there.
Swimming, it looked like.
Yeah, and he's all like this. And then he has her smash it with the Egan head.
Just before that, he said that he was sending her to do global reforms.
Yeah.
So that's what you were talking about, the global aspect
All
of
the
it.
forms he did, she has to redo.
She has to reform them.
Reform.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. In case I confused anybody. But yeah.
So he makes her smash it with the head.
Yeah, and then it's just weird. He was like, again. I feel like that was like his power that he had, that he was able to do that.
Yes. It's the same power they pulled in season 1 with the break room.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Oh, we'll get to that when he say, I'm sorry to Mr. Drummond.
But I'm saying it's another example of them using that same psychology with an underling.
Exactly.
He gets a little bit of power. It's like middle management. You know, as soon as he moves up a little bit, now he's got a Milchick of his own, and he's going to talk down to that Milchick the same way they talk down to him and use the fancy words. And we'll get to that part too, him using fancy words and why he uses them. We'll talk about that when we get to that conversation. From there, we go to Dylan's house.
I just don't like the way she talks sometimes. And she's just, oh, I kissed your innie. Yeah. Anyways, it's like, why couldn't she just tell him the first time around? Why'd she have to lie about it? So it's like he wasn't upset that she didn't tell. Anyways.
No, I don't think he wasn't upset that she didn't tell him the first time. I think that Dylan is insecure.
Okay.
And
yeah.
he's like, you're cheating on me with me?
Wow, that's really insecure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how insecure. But that's
Yes, but in his
showing
mind,
the difference.
it's completely different. person.
But they are, and the one inside is closer to who he was originally before the world beat him down or whatever.
That's right. So it's what she used to have.
Yeah, it's what she used to have with him. So, but he's mad at her for wanting him to be the way he used to be. Maybe she's not the way she used to be or whatever. But she seems very empathetic and like.
Unless she's just phony.
I think she. Yeah, I don't know.
Is she a cop?
She said she tells him she kissed the innie, and she's like, "It's not like it." And he goes, "It didn't." Are you gonna say it didn't mean anything? He goes, "Well, I wasn't gonna say that." Like,
right? So
rubbing it in his face that it meant something.
And so Dylan, he's just going on, and then I feel like he threatens her with, "I'm just gonna quit then." Like he'll never exist, his innie.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't get why she's doing that. She's trying to reconnect with him, but he's threatening to quit to end the innie's existence. Don't follow me there and use my body to cheat on me with. Like, that's what I was saying. Like, he's insecure.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't think he would actually quit. I don't know if he's gonna quit or not.
Yeah, but
I just spoiled it. Damn.
oh, you just spoiled it. Oh no. Jesse said about the previous scene that he was punishing
Miss Wong.
Miss Huang for reporting him for using big words.
Wait, so she reported him?
That's why it was in the book. Remember the book they printed about his...
Yes, I know that, but I didn't know she reported him.
Yes.
What?
Who else would have reported him? There's nobody else there.
I didn't know if they like watched him or just kind of see how he talks in general.
Right.
Sorry, she's like 12 and doesn't know big words yet.
Just saying.
Glash Pukin, whatever.
Pablo said it's a 2.5 sum with Dylan's and his wife.
That, a 2.5 sum. Holy shit! Like a 3 sum, but it's a 2.5 sum.
Let's see. So we go to then anything else on Dylan's place before we move on from there?
No.
Anybody else in the chat have any thoughts before we move on? It tends to be like as soon as we start talking about the next thing, then the comments come in.
Ooh.
You all right there? Are we boring you?
Excuse me. I had a yawn.
Let's see.
Bye.
Is life fair, babe?
No.
Fair life. Meal replacement drink. Because life's not fair. I know. It was just funny that it's like, is life fair? No. Fair life.
I'm about to eat dinner after this.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Drink this.
I'm not saying it's that. I just saying that it was funny because of the name of the thing.
Hey, it does say new. I'm getting off track. Okay.
We go to Irving's house.
Yeah, so I'm so confused.
Go on.
There's just a dog staring.
That's radar.
The dog wasn't staring. It's just we happened to pause the show, and at that moment, the dog was staring right at us.
Yes, that's all it was.
The dog is just staring at us.
The dog was not staring at us for longer than normal. Uh-huh.
And then there's Irving. I totally forgot that was his dog.
Yes.
So I was just confused. And the next thing we see Bert.
Chilling in his house.
They plan just to like meet up or something. This is why I'm so confused.
No, Bert realized that Irving heard too much.
At work? Or at their dinner?
Well, I think that he has more of a part in Lumen, Bert does. More of a bigger role in Lumen than we know. As an outie.
Yes, yeah.
So I think he was seeing that Irving was in danger. Whether that was because of what they might have found in the treasure chest at his house.
I agree with you because as we go into this, when he was driving him, Bert was like, "You're gonna do," or Irvin was like, "You're gonna do this to me too," or "Is that what you're gonna do to me?" Or
well, but that's what we're saying here.
Yes.
He's there. He said they make.
But at first, I thought Bert. I didn't know if I could trust Bert. I was like, "What is he gonna do?" But he's trying to protect him.
Yes.
In a way of...
As much as he has to lose him to do that. Jesse said, I was so worried about Radar this whole episode. I couldn't even concentrate because I was worried he was going to die.
I kept thinking, like, they better not kill the dog. That is why I stopped watching Game of Thrones. That dire wolf or whatever got killed. Sorry if I spoiled. I'm sure everyone watched Game... I don't know. But don't kill the animal. Do not.
She was literally out at that point. Like, it's like, come on, we've seen things that are way worse than that, and you're just,
don't touch the. No.
But so anyways, before they leave, he said he was reading stuff that Irving had written down, and it said they may be connected to recent disappearances or deaths from his trunk. Like, he had been researching them as an outie.
Oh.
Like researching Lumen.
Bert.
Irving. But Bert was reading it because he was in there looking through his stuff because Drummond probably told him because he's a higher up.
Oh, gosh.
And he got him in there. And he said he called them goons in there. And he was questioning him on the verbiage here, which is interesting. He was like, that's not the way we talk. Like, that's not the language we would ever use, calling us goons. Irving, in his notes, was calling Bert's outie a goon or Innie a goon or whatever it was. And he was just questioning him because the language is so specific inside.
Right. They all
talk that certain way, you know what I mean?
And then he says, "Go for a ride with me, Irving."
Yeah, he says, I know you're not with them.
I don't understand that part.
Yeah, I know you're not with them, Irv says. I had written down. Anyways,
Hey,
Bert wants to take him for a ride. I know you're not with them.
can you put the heat on?
Yeah.
And my feet are getting cold. Yeah, so I didn't know exactly. I know, who is he not with? You're not with Lumen. You're not with gay Bert on the inside.
No, I don't think that.
Because as he was leaving on the train, he was there talking about like, I'm ready though. We can't. Like, so they wanted to like. I don't know, but I still don't know what that means.
Anyways, we go to the.
Anyways,
that's good. That would have been a good podcast name if it wasn't already How to Watch TV. Check it out. Anyways,
I don't know what anyways would be unless they watched.
Anyways,
okay, fair enough.
Anyways,
Aerial shot of Lumen.
yes, that amazing establishing
Massive.
shot of Lumen. I didn't realize that there was a front and back, and it was mirrored essentially. Like, I didn't realize they went in on the side. I figured that long drive with that looks like the ovaries and all that stuff, like that weird.
They do go in
campus.
on the side?
But they go in on the side. Yeah, they go in. They drive in the front and then they go around the side with all of those random roundabout things all the way around that don't seem to serve any real purpose unless you're going out of one and I don't get it. Why would you need to turn around as often as they were putting those in there? Are there times when there's a lot of traffic there? I mean, there could be, I guess. Or they could be preparing for the future when there's going to be a lot of traffic there.
Was that Egan presentation speech, that wasn't at the Office Company, was it? It was like a different building at the last episode of the first season.
No, that was at Lumen.
So Lumen is massive inside somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, those are like McCormick Place style venues, it seemed like.
I don't know if that was, I don't think that was underground. That must have been on one of the higher floors.
But to see that
Because
scale...
it just wasn't on the Lumen floor.
Right, but the scale of that place, the
Right.
kind of place that with the venue, as my event planner mind is going, like, that's... Is expansive a word?
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's just...
Is expansive a word? Yes.
It's just... huge. So now it just got me thinking, this is just like a regular building. Now they got this whole venue... So there's...
But there could be an upper floor where...
Hollywood, movie magic.
Well, no, there could be an upper floor above the open lobbyway where they're all... they have the whole length
Yeah.
of the building in one floor.
Okay.
It could have been something like that, like a ballroom upstairs or something like that.
Fair.
We see those amazing establishing shots that just like expand the size of that place. We go to the testing floor, and we got Dr. Maurer watching Gemma.
Yeah, it's like she's just waiting. And he's saying it's because, they're like, where is he? Mark isn't, nothing's moving.
He hasn't been there in 2 days.
Oh.
Because he's been reintegrating. So Cold Harbor is almost done, 96%. And then Drummond, what were you saying?
Wait.
Go on.
So each room has a percentage. So like when she was in her Christmas card thing, writing her things, whoever was crunching numbers, that's...
No, you don't get to go. It seemed, I could be wrong here, but I don't think you get to go in there until it's 100%.
So she was not sitting in the Cold Harbor room at 96%?
No.
That wasn't the room. She was just sitting in a room?
She's just sitting in her place there.
I didn't know that. I'm thinking
Like her little home within the testing floor.
I'm thinking like, oh, they got to power up the treadmill. You got to walk for this to run.
Remember the first time she went in and saw her outfit, and it was like she was like, shit.
So she was just in there. She hadn't gone.
That's her house there, like her apartment there. And she then sees the outfits and recognizes which room she's going to go to and what's going to hurt coming out of it.
Like, they're saying she's going to die. It's just they're completing the task, and it's going to be some weird place where like Dr. Mauer ends up like murdering her. It's like the murder scene room now, but it's just she's going to drown in a cold.
Cold Harbor sounds like she's going to like it's like a car crash into a harbor.
Cold Harbor.
Yeah. And she died in a car crash originally, or so.
I'm just laughing at.
Which I'm still not clear on. I'm going to go on a quick tangent here. If you've never seen the show Dollhouse, check it out. It was on the CW app for free.
$2.99 an episode now.
Or find a way to download it, or it's probably on YouTube somewhere. I bet you could watch it on YouTube. Find Dollhouse, watch that show. It feels like the spiritual successor to Severance.
She's in it. The actress.
Gemma is in Dollhouse as well, and the show is about blank slate people who have given up their lives for a few years to go into a place where they can be imprinted with personalities to be sent out on missions. It feels very much like Severance here.
When we were watching it, I think I was dozing off at one point, and then I woke up just watching it. I 100% thought we were watching Severance for a split second.
The vibe is the same.
We're not watching it.
They must have seen Dollhouse when they were doing coming up with Severance.
Law and Order in a way.
Does it?
Yeah.
Because of the cop aspect of it. But anyways, check out Dollhouse. It's really good, and it makes me, I don't know. I really dig it.
Okay. Now it starts getting good because now we're bringing back Mr. Drummond. I like to call him Mr. Dummin. This dumb lollipop. But so Dr. Mauer calls Milchek. No, Dr. Mauer calls Drummond and said, like, nothing's moving or whatever.
Right.
And then so Drummond is calling Milchek.
Right.
He's like, get him here now or whatever. And
yeah. And this is all because Mark isn't there. Exactly.
Yes.
Helly shows up to work and no one's there.
Right. What do I have? Crazy how it all coincides. The MDR crunching numbers and time I'm doing.
Say what you're saying. What do you got?
I think this was an afterthought, but we've already talked about it. I said crazy how it all coincides from them at MDR. Yeah, that was like me, like they're crunching the numbers and then they have to complete this so Gemma can do her work. Like it's all tied together.
Yeah, but we don't know what that work is.
I know, but I never thought that what they're doing in here
meant something
that
it
has to be done.
It is mysterious and important.
Yeah, it hurts my head. Then Holly walks into the room looking for Mark and then sees no one's there. Yeah. I
would love to come back and do a one episode podcast talking about Dollhouse once we finished it, maybe after season 1. Okay. So if you guys are interested in the chat here, feel free to watch that and we'll come back and talk about season 1 of Dollhouse.
Take something that's on like regular streaming services. I
don't know. They'll figure out a way to watch it. But if you do watch it, make sure you watch the original pilot episode that was unaired. I think it's better than the one that they did air in a different way. Like there are certain elements of the show they didn't introduce in the one that aired on Fox. Anyways, where are we at here?
So we're going into
Mark in the car with Devin.
Mark wakes up.
Yeah.
Devin's driving. I feel like she seemed more put together this time.
Than when? Than with Ragabi?
She's always just a bum.
Oh, you mean like
more
outfit?
Put together and just more of like
fit appearance-wise.
I guess, but also like she's like so certain with stuff, where it just feels. I'm still not too sure about Devin at this point.
I feel like she's innocent.
I think so, but I'm still like,
Okay. Am I me or a copy machine? That was a funny line. She asked that of Mark. She goes, am I me or am I a copy machine? Because he's been reintegrating, so he keeps thinking like things are the refrigerator at work.
Ha!
So she goes, am I me or am I a copy machine?
That's funny.
She's busting his balls, which I appreciate the humor of.
Yes.
Which makes me think that's where Mark got that from. Like they had that growing up, probably,
right.
The ball busting back and forth. So he's making those smart ass comments to Gemma when they first met.
Okay.
Yeah. Where are we at here? They're in the car. Oh, he's thinking it's a mistake to meet with Cobell.
Mm-hmm.
We told her everything, and she told us shit. Yeah, I was putting here, I feel like he seems different. Slightly more hopeful, maybe? I don't know. Do you think that's just the reintegration, or the fact that his outie knows that Gemma might be alive? Or is alive? Currently? What do you think? You think that's what's making him be a little more lighthearted on the outside now?
Is that a question for me?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
Do you think he's a little more lighthearted because he knows his wife is alive somewhere, as opposed to the forever sadness of his wife was dead?
Guess.
That's got to be it, right? Like, that makes perfect sense. He said, talk calmly about Dollhouse. I'm going to pretend I don't understand English. He doesn't understand English that well, so he's saying, talk very slowly about Dollhouse. I'm going to pretend I don't understand English. Okay, so...
If only I knew Spanish. I didn't learn it. My dad speaks it.
Yes, I agree. I think he has hope again, Mark. But Dollhouse...
Put it into your chat GPT or something and then translate it. Just speak it in Spanish.
Yeah, I'll just Spanish speak it. I could chat GPT it and then put it in, translate it.
No, just explain it.
Miss Irritated said, so glad I found y'all this evening. Excellent. Wait, you put a question mark at the end. Are you glad you found us, or are you asking us if you're glad you found us?
Are they saying I'm Miss Irritated?
No, the name... Yeah, Pablo, I'll pop it into ChatGPT and ask it to explain Dollhouse, or explain like a teaser version where it doesn't give away too much.
By this time, he's going to have looked it up online.
Oh, yeah, do that. Just look it up online. You'll be fine. It's out there. Promise.
It's actually pretty good. At first, I was like, this is...
I thought it was going to be cheesy and wasn't going to hold up because it's 2009.
Oh,
but it does. It holds up.
It's pretty good. Last night, I found myself saying, can we watch Dollhouse? So... if I like it, you'll like it.
Miss Irritated put LMAO my fat thumbs because the question mark after.
I feel ya.
So glad I found y'all this evening.
Oh, because the questioner. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Milchick's calling.
Jesus, man.
You thought he was calling in real life?
I thought someone was calling.
Said I now downloaded the Microsoft keyboard for my cell phone and it translates at the moment. Google won't translate it. You can't ask Google in your language what Dollhouse is about and have it tell you in your language?
It's going to say it's a little building box that little girls play with little dolls, and it's a house.
No, the TV... Sorry.
No, but think, it's
Dollhouse,
what a dollhouse is.
Dollhouse TV show on Fox. My bad. Anyways, yeah, Milchick's calling. Then we go to Helly bursting into Milchick's office. You have anything before that?
No.
We'll go on.
Devin says we need her.
Okay.
Oh, from Miss...
Yeah, you're right.
Did you say that already?
No, I did not.
Oh, because they were talking about it. And then Mark was like, what if it's a trap? And then that's when Milchick was calling, and Devin was like, don't answer it. And then now we go into... Oh, so Helly is now talking to him.
Bursts into Milchick's office.
This is great, because I feel like no one gives a...
No, block your face.
Dang it.
Yeah. You can't put the thing you want to show behind your hand that you're blocking. She does not understand this, I swear. Yes, put it in front of your hand. Put the thing right in front of your palm.
I can't reach it.
Put it in front of your palm. And still block your face. There you go. There you figured it out. Sort of. Yeah, you go.
They have no to give.
Yeah, anyways. Yeah, she's walking in there demanding answers, and nobody was doing that before.
Right.
It was very, very everybody following the rules.
So this is where she brings up, because she's asking where Mark is, and he doesn't know either. And then she mentions the nosebleeds he had. I thought that he would see that as a hint, like, is he reintegrating? But obviously he doesn't know much about that then.
I wouldn't think so. Miss Cobell would.
Yes.
You would think. He says Dylan is department chief when Mark's gone. And then she snapped back quick, like
Yeah.
like you and Cobell replace
She
one
was
part
like,
with
"He's
another.
an asset. No, Mark's an asset.
Right.
And then it's kind of like you and Cobell.
Yeah. Like it's just
That's
replaceable. Everybody's replaceable. You just move the next piece into the same slot. Like everybody could do anything here.
Oh, and this part where he was like, Helena, okay, thank you, Helly R, or something. She's like, you mean Helena E, or Helly E?
Helly E. And he goes, Helena Egan is my boss.
My employer.
Yeah, you're my employee here, or whatever.
Employer.
Well, and then she's being insubordinate. And she's like, yeah, duh, essentially.
Right, and
you
then
know?
she's walking out, he's like, you can close or leave the door open. And she just slams it. I'm like, ha!
Because,
ha.
but she also set something. Did she set something down, or was that
No,
Dylan?
that's Dylan.
Okay, because I thought she did something else like that, where he's like, "Don't do this," and she just did it anyway. He doesn't seem to have any control over this floor in the way Cobell did.
Right. Correct, yes. So now we move into Dylan and his...
Oh, sorry. One thing here. Jesse said the company line is that reintegration isn't possible, so
Right.
I don't think Milchick would have been suspicious of reintegration,
Correct, yeah.
even with the nosebleed thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he may not even know that that's a side effect of trying to reintegrate unless he heard anything about PD.
Right. Which I don't think he does, because I
Right.
thought that he was going to question that, but he didn't.
Right. So she immediately comes to see Dylan again.
The wife.
The wife.
Yeah.
She did follow him to work. Go on.
She tells him about Dylan being upset and that she can't see him anymore because he threatened to quit. Oh, okay, yeah. And then so like right away, he was like, "What? No." And then he pulls out this ring that he made. And
Come on, that's
I'm
pretty
like,
sweet that dude at work had made a ring out of. How would he know how to do that? He doesn't have Google there.
right.
That's pretty ingenious that he figured out a way to cut a ring.
Maybe he read it in Rickon's book or something. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly.
But
He said that I have nothing else. My life started when you got here.
right, so he's all excited.
Well, yeah, but think about what his life was: paper finger traps and little desk trinkets and erasers and snacks. That's it. This is the best thing he's literally ever had.
That's
And it's being taunted to him,
and now it's gonna be taken
and
away.
now it's going to be taken away forever.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, he proposes to her with a ring made from one of his finger traps.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't
Yeah.
realize it was that. That's how you know he's serious about her. He's trying to finger trap her. How does he know about the concept of marriage and a ring?
Maybe they have like a life lesson room or something.
A life lesson room.
I don't know.
Yeah,
The way he screams high pitched, Gretchen!
but he thought that his Audi might have been happy for them. This Dylan, he was innocent enough to think that because
he has no clue.
because, as I said earlier, Audi Dylan is insecure.
Right.
This Dylan, I think, believes in himself a little bit.
Right.
Because
He's
he
on
hasn't.
top of the world
Yeah.
there. Yep.
Uh-huh. But
Okay.
I think, wow, that's like a really important point in life. Like, believing in yourself makes all the difference, and acting as if, and you know what I mean, being confident and whatnot. So she can't see him anymore. She cries. She leaves. Poor Dylan. And I put, now he's going to hate himself even more, because now he hates the Audi version of himself for doing this to him.
Yeah.
Because his life was already shit in there, and now it's even worse because he was shown. It's like being shown that water exists and then never being able to drink anything again.
It's terrible.
Like here, or like you've only ever had water, and they're like, here's whatever your favorite
Orange
beverage
Crush
is.
Pop. And
Yeah, and then you get to have that for 3-4 days in a row, and then they're like,
gone.
never again.
What?
Yeah.
Like, that was so exciting to have orange pop. I'm getting way too into this.
No, that's exactly what we need to do here. Jesse said, I think the innies have general memories of things, just not personal memories.
I agree.
So they're aware of the concept of marriage, but don't remember whether they themselves are married. Okay.
Yes, I feel like they have a basic basis of life in a way.
Pablo said they must have a minimum base of their Audis.
Yes, Pablo.
Jesse, like how they remember that Delaware is a state, but not what state they live in. Like in the original 5-question survey, they named Delaware, so they know of. Okay, so they know of things, but they don't have personal experiences with them. Fair enough.
Okay, can we go to...
Helly tells him, that we go back to them at MDR, and Helly tells Dylan to keep the ring for someone he meets down here, and he's like an Egan or a goat person.
You know, it's your fault we're down here, right?
Yeah.
She's like, no, it's not.
She reminds him that Irving was family, and they used Gretchen to turn him against Irving. Like, he would have had Irving's back more if they had not brought Gretchen into the picture.
Wow.
So right as Irving was figuring out that Helly was Helena,
Yeah.
they were letting Dylan start having meetings with his outie.
Okay. I know what you're saying. And Dylan was less interested.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay,
They were
gotcha.
drawing his attention away so that they did not have a strong, unified force of 4 of them down there, or 3 of them down there.
I get it.
Yes.
Oh,
It's all so cerebral where they're thinking
What?
all this stuff through.
that makes a lot of sense now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I understand it. I had no clue.
Let's see. And then he said, if we're so different from our outies, why couldn't we tell when you were gone?
Right, he said Irving could.
I know, but that's an interesting point. If we're so different from our outies, he was saying basically we're not that different from our outies.
Right.
It's the circumstances that are different and our experiences really that are different. The rest of it is the same.
Agreed.
We're just seeing the purest version of them down on the severed floor. Like,
Yes.
But they're now getting exposed to a bunch of stuff too, so who knows?
Okay, now we have Devin and Mark pull up to meet Cobell.
Go on. Oh, I put Mark as funny again. Did you write down what he said? Because she goes, how are you, Mark?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Cobell asks, how are you? Mark. Oh, my God, so good.
Oh, my God,
wife is a
so
prisoner
good.
of Lumen, and I just had brain surgery in my basement.
Yeah. That's a great line.
His witty comments.
Oh, my God, so good. Like, and he's like, what, are we allies now? We're not neighbors? You know,
Oh,
he said that to Cobell, or,
Right.
Yes, Selvig.
yes,
He's like,
yes,
so we're
yeah.
allies now? We're not neighbors? What? He's just being funny. He's being kind of snarky with her, which is great to see that he's bothering to have a sense of humor, whereas before he was just drink a beer and, not say anything and sit in the dark with one light on.
right. They asked to be taken to the birthing center.
Well,
Birthing
without the file, it's...
Birthing Kevin.
She said without the file, it's perilous. So Cold Harbor, when completed, means, and that's what I had written down, like it felt like she was going to say, Cold Harbor, without the file, it's perilous, about Gemma. But
Perilous,
and then
that's right.
Cold Harbor, when completed, means, and then she was just like,
So
she's
she-
already dead.
Well, you haven't completed the file.
Yeah, but it was like, once it's completed, she's already dead.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. Like, is it when she goes into that room, whatever they needed her for is complete, and then she no longer exists as Gemma? Is Cold Harbor where they make her a permanent innie?
Oh, interesting. I don't know.
Because we talked about that with people like Rickon,
Right.
where they're out in the world and they now have this stupid name that they've obviously adapted somewhere along the way. Maybe he was Rick N. I think somebody put that in a comment at one point. So he was Rick N. and then Rickon.
Right.
Let's see, where are we at here? Tells him to call off work.
Yeah, so I enjoy this part because at first he was like trying to make up an excuse and was like, no, I just don't want to.
Well,
He didn't say
yeah.
where he was.
Well, no, we're not even to the phone call yet.
Oh.
He's arguing with common sense. Like, how does this make any sense? What am I supposed to say? And then it basically comes down to he has to do it for Gemma. Or he's like, why are we listening to Miss Cobell? Or, her. Then we get Helly going to the break room.
I said Helly and her manly walk.
Yeah? Oh, she was like charging
No, not
down
even
the
that.
hallway?
Just how she walks. She's all like boxy. Like just her walk. They always pan on her face.
Like head
and, like,
down.
Her shoulders.
Yeah, it's
or
like real
something, and it's just-
attitude-y.
Yeah, just like she's hunched. I don't even know.
Think of like how kids walk. They
Not
do
even
that.
that.
They do that like over dramatic stuff, and she's a little over dramatic. She's
Well,
like
I
a
guess
kid.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She goes to the break room
To
and
look for the paper behind the wall.
I did not see the poster before that Dylan was holding the two switches for OTC when it said hang in there. That's hilarious. Mm-hmm. Like I knew it was a Dylan thing, but she then takes the instruction and we cut to Dylan in the hallway. And he's like, fuck this place.
No, you can't say that.
Oh, sorry. I can, though. Dylan gave to this place. It focused on your face again.
That's okay.
Jesse says, so happy the snarky humor is back. Because Mark Snarky is great. Snarky Mark.
So now...
Snarky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Sorry, go on.
Bert, Irving, and dog in the car. I'm just glad the dog is still here.
Yes.
I didn't really understand what they were talking about first because he was like, I never heard...
Well, you dozed for a second, then we rewound and we talked about it again. But basically the idea was that Bert has been doing this for a long time with Lumen. And his role in it is to sometimes drive people like... Okay, so Irving got himself in a bit of a situation here. He got fired from Lumen.
Yeah.
So they could potentially come after him after checking his Audi's stuff to see that he was researching Lumen.
Right, yes.
So Bert probably often went and got somebody like Irving in the past and would take them and deliver them to somebody that was going to handle them.
Correct.
In this case...
Holy cow.
And he said, I've never hurt anybody myself, but I often drive people places, and what happens after that is not my business.
Right, that's when Irving asked, is that
what's happening here?
Yes, so I was like, oh no.
But it isn't, because he's taking him to escape, to allow him to leave. And he said this train goes the furthest of any train. Get off at some stop along the way, but I can't know which one it is. Because if he knows, Lumen will make him tell them.
Oh, wow.
So he's scared of Lumen too, I think, in that way.
Right, yeah. So is this Bert as Audi Bert?
Yes.
He's aware of all of this?
Yes.
And he knows...
I think he was part of Lumen. Like, because he said he was severed 20 years ago, and they're like, well, the first severed office was only 11 years ago, or 12 years ago.
Okay.
Whatever the number was there. But
So, yeah. Oof.
Then we go to Dylan requesting to quit.
Has any resignation request?
Yes.
I didn't think he was going to do it.
Milchick says it's disappointing and reeks of ingratitude.
Yes.
Did you see how Dylan didn't give a shit?
Right, because he turned in his key card.
It's that manipulation they've been using the whole time, though.
Yes.
They try to make it seem like, oh, you're disappointing us or whatever. He doesn't care at all.
Right, so that's why he just tossed it down as he's waiting for it to be handed to him.
So good.
And I was like, yes.
To me, that's how I've felt my whole life. Like, I'm happy to not comply when people are being rude or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, in general, my whole life.
Yeah.
Well, my whole life, I'm saying. Like, I like that. Like, where it's like, it's almost like passive disobedience. Like, here, you got the thing. I'm not handing it to you the way you wanted me to hand it to you. Get out of here. Then Dylan says it's not Miss Huang's fault. Because she kind of stepped up and was like, I'm sorry for letting you down. Like, I didn't...
Said, I'm sorry, Dylan J. I should have facilitated this better.
Yes, there you go.
And then Milch was like, that's enough.
Yes. Oh, and then this is where we go to Milchick and Drummond up on whatever floor they're on. Like, up on the...
What I noted also that people obviously don't care what they're saying to Milchick anymore. So now you're seeing this, like, difference. And
Yeah.
it's like Milchick, they're getting a taste of their own medicine, where it's just like it's backfiring. And they're like, why did I just get disrespected? Or, like, you know what I mean?
It's interesting to see how it moves up the ladder, too, in this
Right.
next scene.
Yeah, Milchick and Drummond.
Because he ends up doing the same shit. Like, he ends up, technically, what do you call it, insubordinating. Drummond's mad about how tightening the leash is going. And Milchick's like, I thank you for your remonstration. Are you there?
Oh, I thought it was demonstration.
No, remonstration.
I was talking into the phone. I didn't catch it. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was remonstrating him for, like...
It's a complex word for a simple idea.
Yes, it tells him to apologize for using a complex word for a simple idea. You're way away from the mic, by the way. And then he makes him repeat it.
Right. And so this is when we go into like where he was like, say I'm sorry. He's like, I apologize.
Right,
Or something
but
like
it's
that.
it's the break room.
Yes, exactly.
It's exactly that same logic.
So now this is Mr. Milchek thinking, oh, hell no, you're not going to make me do this.
Yeah.
And now that's clicking with him. This is what we made these people do.
Because he did it to himself in the mirror.
Right.
He beat himself up in
like
the mirror.
waking up.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I think Milchek is the Sawyer of this show.
So he says, Mr. Drummond, devour feculence.
Yeah, devour feculence, like feculence, like fecal matter.
Right, he's like, it means eat shit, Mr. Drummond. And I was
Yeah.
like, yes.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
owed respect, and it's not Milchek's fault what Mark does when he's not at work. It's Drummond's fault. Drummond looked like he wanted to murder somebody.
Right.
He looks like he's going to bash somebody's head in at
The floor
some
is
point.
your jurisdiction.
Yeah, he's.
The floor is his jurisdiction.
Yeah. Anything
He
outside of
starts
there.
using the big words again to Drummond. Like he used a lot of big verbiage.
Well, but he was going with it for a second and saying, I apologize. And then when he kept
Right.
demanding it, like, he's like, I'm not going to be one of these people that falls in line here. I run the floor. Guess what? When
Right.
he's on the floor, it's happening. He's moving the thing along. He said, why Sawyer? Because Sawyer in Lost had the redemption arc where it seems like he's a bad guy at first, and whether he is or isn't is to be determined, but by the end he ends up making better choices and becoming a character that is redeemed. That's what I mean by Milchek. I think Milchek's going to end up being a character that ends up doing the right thing. He doesn't seem like he's as much of a company man as they've been making him seem like so far. With him having the balls to stand up to him here.
Stop saying that word.
Balls? He's owed respect. Yeah, basically it's not his fault that Mark isn't coming to work. Drummond is responsible for Mark outside of work hours. Which is weird to think that they have to keep tabs on all of their workers like that.
Right.
We go back to the woods. Oh, sorry. Jesse said, I said out loud while watching this scene, did he just tell him to eat shit? Yes. It was exactly, you could tell those were the words she was describing. Best scene of the episode. And then we go to Mark calling. Which, what a great scene that turned out to be. I didn't know where he was going with it.
Oh, right. It's
When he
like
called
they kinda
Milchek?
talked like normally. At first, Mark was like trying to lie about it.
Yeah.
And then he was like, no, I just need a day off.
But when he said at first, he's like, I'm not actually sick.
Right, yeah.
I thought
just
it was
needed
going to
the
be
day,
like,
okay?
but I didn't know that's where it was going. I thought it was going to go a different direction where he was just like admitting.
Oh, same. Yeah.
But they did a good job there of subverting that and then being like, and then just him just being human. Like, look, man, you said work is just work. You know, can't ask why either. Like he asked why, he's like, no. Can I ask why?
Right, but you could see the Milchek realizing it too, and you saw the sadness in his eyes.
Yeah, like he looked watery a little bit when he was staring at the iceberg on the wall. I don't know if you noticed the iceberg picture.
Yeah.
An iceberg is 10% above the water and 90% below. Mm-hmm. So all of that stuff underneath the surface of what this job is, and work is work, and yeah.
But it's like he finally like came to realization with it because he was like, "All right, see you tomorrow." And Mark's like,
You
"I
can promise you'll be here, yeah.
So they kind of like leveled up. They kind of gave each other that balance of what Mark was talking about, like balance.
Work-life balance.
Yeah.
I think Milchek realized he doesn't have work-life balance.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Jesse said, actually, the phone call might have been the best scene of the episode. Every scene can't be the best scene of the episode, Jesse. That's not how this works.
Jesse.
With this show, fine. So yeah, he'll be there tomorrow. So we go to Bert, and he's buying Irving train tickets and tells him to get off wherever and never come back. Mm-hmm. Bert liked the idea he could be innocent again, and that part of him fell in love with Irving.
Right. So he said you can never come back to Kier.
Here, yes. Did he mean the town, or did he mean,
You can never come back
the
to
religion?
stuff. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at it as a religion at this point. Or, you know, I don't want to say cult, but it feels like they have those culty vibes, you know what I mean, more so than religion. Like that. So this feels like a belief system, these people that go to the school for it and all that. So I don't know if, I think he meant the town. Jesse said, work is just work. That realization on Milchek's face was great. The acting in the show is so phenomenal. And then don't tell me what I can't do to me about the scenes, every scene being the best. Oh, yeah, Bert said he'd like that idea of being innocent again, and that's why he got severed.
Right.
Irving has never been in love. That's so sad. Like, Audie Irving has never had anybody. It's kind of an interesting concept, an interesting, very, very subtle take on gay. That the innie or outie are, and nobody's making any deal out of it. It's not like they chose to be this or that. It's just that that's who that person is. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The innie and the outie are both gay for Bert and Irving. And it's not treated like any sort of a moral dilemma or a choice. It's just who they are. Let's see, where are we at here? Oh, Irving said he'd never been in love. That's sad. Irving wants it, but Bert is resisting. And they like lean foreheads together and say goodbye. And it's like, that can't be it for them in this show. What do you think? You think they're ever going to see each other again on screen?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, do you hope they see each other again? Bert and Irving?
Sure. I'm not bothered one way or the other.
Really? You're okay with their storyline being the end of it?
I guess. I mean...
But it doesn't feel resolved for him. Like, he didn't get any answers about Lumen, really.
Correct.
He feels like he's too smart to just walk away forever. Jesse said, I think cult is the right word for Lumen. I agree. This is like if you don't believe, it's like a Scientology situation. Am I losing my voice here? Yeah, I'm going to need you to talk for a little bit. We go to Dylan waiting by the elevator.
Oh, yeah. Because he was just leaving.
Yes. Miss Huang outside being picked up. These are kind of happening simultaneously.
Mm-hmm. She's in her little suitcase, and you have Irving sitting on the train. You have Bert waiting in his car. It's like everyone's exiting in some way.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Even Radar looks sad.
Oh, I even the dog has to leave?
Yeah, but he looks so sad, too.
Yeah.
Dylan in front of the painting looks like his head was going to be cut off.
Dylan getting the bus. A Lumen bus, cool shot of train. Mark getting... Yeah, even Mark was getting back... Oh, yeah, the picture with the sword.
Yeah, the sword. And then he gets in the elevator as Miss Huang gets on the bus. And then it showed going down the hallway of the exit hallway. Or what was it? The exports hallway? Like with the lights above them. Like traveling towards the ding with the little red light on the elevator. Yeah. And then it went to...
Mark getting in the back of the truck of Taco Bell. It's supposed to be Cobell.
Of Taco Bell. Jesse said there's a rumor that John Turturro has done with Severance. I hope that's a false rumor. Irving is my favorite character. Do you have a favorite character?
I like Mark, but I like them all. Milchek's great. Not that I like him for his...
No, he's super interesting. The way he's played is super fascinating.
I like them all.
Man.
I'm liking Miss... I like them all. I can't pick one.
I like the dichotomy of Helly, of having to be the person in charge and also doing the thing that they're making other people do. I like seeing the different
sides of them. I hate Drummond. He can go like...
He doesn't seem like there's any redeeming quality there yet.
No.
That we've seen. I don't think they're going to make that one.
Cobell, at first I was like, oh, I don't like it. But then I was like coming around to her, even in the beginning. But even more now, I'm so curious to see what can she do now. Where is her role going to go? And yeah.
Let's see. The elevator closes, train moves forward, and then
Yeah, so then after Cobell or Mark's in the truck, it goes to Helly. She's sitting in there memorizing left, right, all the directions in the MDR office. And then you see like the silhouette of obviously E and her dad. And he says, my Helly.
So do you think that's what he called her as a kid, maybe? Heli.
Probably for sure. It had to.
So,
been.
but this is the child version inside there. That's why they maybe give them the Heli version, Heli R.
That's right.
Yeah, then James shows up in MDR, and then we go to the last scene essentially of this, or the last location of this episode, which was Mark in the truck going to the birthing retreat. Are you about to say something, or are you texting?
No, I got the stupidest text that does not understand us now. So sorry.
Jesse said, thought Cobell is my other favorite, and she thought the train was going to explode for a minute. Like Bert put him. Oh, wow, that would have been dark if Bert put him on there and it blew it up.
Jesus. Not the dog. Come on.
Pablo said, I'm very glad I found you guys. Is there going to be another YouTube Live for the last episode? No, sorry, we're just calling it here. We're just done now. We're not going to watch the finale.
No
Forget
more.
it. We're done with the show. No, Mark? Look, if you like us on here, I do it.
Only one more episode?
There's only one more episode for this season. Oh, you can't steal that Jordan dude's bit where he throws his glasses when he gets frustrated by something. Oh, if you're into us on here, I do a daily vlog as well for the past 10 years every day. So if you have any interest in checking that out, you can see more of us in our natural habitat.
Yeah.
Also, follow me on TikTok, where I finally broke 100,000 on views on a video, at Mr. Don'teva or Mr. Dontiva. They're all Dontiva bits on there. So. We're not done yet. No, you're right.
We're pretty much done, but
I was just doing a little self-promotion.
this is when they're trying to go to Cottage 5.
But she says she's one of James. So is Devin pregnant?
They're pretending to get her in.
No, I know, but did she just shove her stomach out, or?
But she probably put something underneath her shirt.
Okay, I'm just checking. I didn't remember if she had possibly been pregnant with Rickon's baby.
They just had a baby.
Okay, fine. Yeah, she said
They're using Devin as a coy to get them in.
Yeah, but she said Miss Marcia White, 9th floor.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, specialties department. So they know, everybody knows this company inside and out like that.
Right, so it's nothing. And then this is when Mark's getting ready to walk into the cabin, and he goes to the door. He goes into his innie. And it's like, you're just like, woo.
Yeah, but what is he there? Is he his full innie again?
I don't know.
It seems like it. The reintegration is spotty at best. It doesn't feel like he knows all the stuff from inside, but...
But Devin asked, do you know who I know? What was the last thing you said to me? To see who it was. So that was...
Yeah, what was the last...
Mark in his Audi.
Innie Mark in the OTC. Overtime contingency.
See, is there a song like that?
No, OTC is Roman Reigns.
No, I really have to pee. Sorry. Oh.
Yeah, does he know her? Oh, I was asking, does he know her? Who is he currently? And then he was like, are you my... And then he does from OTC, duh. And then, yeah, we get Cobell in front of the fireplace. And this is when she says, last thing you said to me. And he said, she's alive. Mm-hmm. So did both episode 9s end with Mark saying she's alive? They did. Son of a bitch.
Wait, was the last one, it was only episode 9 in season 1?
There was only 9 episodes in season 1.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so episode 9 ends with him saying she's alive. This show is so brilliantly written. I love it so much. Can I go to...
That's why it's a good show.
Where is that at? I'm going to go to... I asked ChatGPT to weigh in a little bit and offer any insight, and it was saying things like... what...
The script. Let me... Here, you want him to be on camera?
What do you mean?
Bring it on ChatGPT now.
Oh, yeah. Like, I'll just put it on camera. It was saying, like, the return of pre-Severance Mark. We discussed that. Innies and outies merging. Now that Mark is experiencing reintegration in small doses, he's funnier, more carefree side. Oh, his funnier, more carefree side is resurfacing. It's all the same shit. There's nothing really there that was extra. I asked it if there was anything that we missed, you know, like something that we could have missed, and it said the title reference to the Twilight Zone. The After Hours mirrors a classic The Twilight Zone episode where mannequins live among humans temporarily. This could symbolize the innie's brief experience in the outie world, hinting at themes of identity and reality. Helena's breakfast scene, Helena meticulously slicing a hard-boiled egg into 6 pieces under her father's watchful eye may symbolize the segmented lives of severed employees and the Egan family's control over Lumen operations. Milchick's rebellion, his outburst telling Mr. Drummond to devour feculence, signifies his breaking point under Lumen's oppressive environment, highlighting the human cost of corporate control. Irving and Bert's farewell, Bert's decision to help Irving escape instead of complying with Lumen orders underscores themes of redemption and resistance against corporate manipulation. Color symbolism, the show's use of color. Blue for Lumen, red for the outside world, and green for growth or mystery.
There's only 3 colors.
Adds depth to character development and thematic storytelling.
What are you reading?
What?
What are you reading?
Like the themes from this episode?
Okay.
Why?
I was just
Was it boring you?
You were reading.
Did I bore you?
I felt like I was watching like the beginning Star Wars credits and it's just going and I can't keep up with it.
Oh, the next mention was the Glasgow block, Project Cold Harbor. The project stalled at 96% completion, suggests a significant impending event, possibly related to Lumen's deeper agenda or experiments with consciousness. 3 more. Miss Huang's departure. Her reassignment to Svalbard may indicate Lumen's strategy to isolate potential dissenters.
Dissenters,
Like people who would dissent, who would not comply, reflecting the company's manipulative practices. So maybe it's like a boot camp situation where they're sending her somewhere where she'll have to learn to comply.
Do you think Lumen has like a Maury show or like Jerry Springer show?
Possibly. James.
Probably on there with Mark.
Right.
You are not the father. Helena is the wife. Or like, blah, blah. Imagine it being all like,
I slept with your husband. I'm not even married to her.
right?
I'm
And
the
then
innie.
Gretchen and Dylan. Okay, continue.
James Egan's intentions, his enigmatic behavior, especially towards Helena, raises questions about his motives and the Egan family's overarching plans for Lumen's future. And then number 10, the significance of eggs. Recurring egg imagery from Helena's breakfast to previous episodes could symbolize themes of birth, control, and the cyclical nature of life within Lumen's confines. These points offer a deeper exploration of the episode's themes. That's AI for you, folks, if you wanted to know what AI thought about the episode. Jesse said, I'm so psyched for the finale. They said it's going to be 75 minutes. It won't be enough minutes.
Oh, geez, 75?
It's a lot of notes.
Gosh dang it.
Pablo said, take away my doubt. How long does it take for the episode to premiere in the United States? Is it already released? It should be out now. Thanks, you're welcome. What? It should be out now.
But it's only 8:08.
We might have somewhere to be.
We're not on Central. We're on Central Standard.
Do we have somewhere to be then? If this episode's almost out now?
What?
We need to watch the
I want to
episode.
watch it right now.
Oh.
Okay, we'll be back in 3 hours to do the little finale episode of the podcast.
No.
That I'm down for. Forget. You want to talk about after hours?
We're not doing that. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back next time.
This is how to watch TV.
No, I'm going to play the song still.
Deva.
Till next time.
Deva News.
This is how to watch TV.
Don't have a...
Thank you.
See you later.
See you later. In it, guy.
Don't have a...